Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Jaja's Atelier. We've got a lot of ground to cover today, so I'm just gonna get straight into it. Let's go. So y'all, it's been a real crazy week this week. The internet is divided. New York Fashion Week is right around the corner. Um so I wasn't gonna address this. I addressed it earlier this week on my Instagram stories. I didn't even think that it was gonna get this much attention, but it has trans women and biological women at a war on the internet, an unnecessary war on the internet. It all started when Just Hilarious reposted a video by an alleged black trans woman content creator who claimed, that women cannot gatekeep or, do not own the rights to having a period. First of all, to me, talking about a period, whether you're a natural biological born woman or a transgender woman on the internet it's a little nasty. Unless you're doing a commercial for, a feminine hygiene product, you don't need to be talking about periods on the internet at all. Anyway. So Just Hilarious responded. I'm not going to post the video, but she did make, a couple of points saying that women do feel like they're being erased with the cisgender thing, being called cisgender women and all of that. But she also went on to make a couple of other generalizing negative comments, basically saying that most trans women are mentally insane and all of this and that. And then T.S. Madison, of course, she made her comments, and that just stirred up a whole bunch of drama on the internet. I've been seeing a lot of hateful comments on both sides. But later on in the week, T.S. Madison did address everything going on and did give biological women their flowers. She also stated in that live that she and a lot of other trans women do not believe in, I'm not going to say not believe, but would never call a biological woman a chest feeder or a birthing person, or refer to their vaginas as bonus holes. And to me, when T.S. Madison went live, she pretty much said everything that I wanted to say. And really gave women their flowers and respect. And she stated towards the end of the video that she wants nothing more than biological women to be respected and protected. And, also giving, stating the fact that she supports several biological black women and their new businesses, always promoting, which she does. And to me, it's just, what are we arguing about? We're arguing about this. Meanwhile, Ron DeSantis is running amok down in Florida, inspiring the entire hard right politicians to teach your children, your good black children in school, that slavery had its benefits. Biological women are losing their rights. Trans women are losing their rights. And we're sitting up here arguing about who got the blood of your box. And a lot of people have been even narrowing it down to, you think you look better than us. It's not that. I'm going to be real. A lot of people on both sides are looking very insecure. On both sides. Very insecure. Very ignorant. Very insecure. Now, right before I started filming, I was minding my business. I had let the whole situation go. But there is another biologically born woman, black content creator, whose video is going now viral. I don't know when she posted it. I really thought that after T.S. Madison went live, it was going to pretty much dead the issue. But after seeing this latest video, I wanted to see the comments because I was hopeful. I was like, okay, well, we already know what it is. T.S. Madison came out and spoke. But I was unpleasantly surprised to see the comments from the majority of, I'm not basing comments on a blog, and putting this on the entire black community, but The black community is a little homophobic. It just is. I'm black. I can tell you. I've experienced it firsthand. There are trans women out there who do get up in women's face and who do try to be like, yeah, bitch, I fucked your man, and do all of that. The same way black people, you love to use the line, black people aren't a monolith, neither are trans women. Neither are trans people. And to the girls, the biological girls out there who follow me, to the biological girls out there who have a trans woman as their friends, who have experienced trans people in their everyday life, who know that this is just propaganda being spread by the hard right on the internet to rile everybody the fuck up, I'm gonna need for y'all to speak up. It's a lot of y'all that are just sitting there not saying anything. Speak up, because you have trans people in your circle. You have trans people in your circle, and you know for a fact that that is not true. I left a comment on my stories right before I made the announcement that I'm shooting this episode. I left a comment, and I said, you know, it's coming to the point where now T.S. Madison came out and said what she said. She gave biological women their flowers, and gave them her respect. A lot of trans women in the public eye, Laverne Cox, Angelica Cross, even though she was one of the ones that was throwing out little comments, she apologized and gave, and we are still going to run with this narrative. And I guarantee you that most of the people in those comments didn't even go watch T.S. Madison's live. We live in a microwavable society where we pick up whatever we can use, whatever soundbite we can use to, you know, we're right, we're right, we're right, we're right. I hope you enjoy reveling in being right about something that's so obvious. Because everybody's time is coming if we don't wake up and pay the fuck attention. And I'm being for real right now. I'm not even joking. Wake the fuck up. I'm over this. The more comments I see, and you know, people say like, oh, you shouldn't read the comments. Well, I'm a social media influencer. It's my job to engage with people and meet new people on social media, and I love that. I love that about social media. But in that, you will come across some bullshit that you just really didn't want to see. And sometimes you have to respond. Sometimes you have a social responsibility to stand up and respond. You guys are listening to a woman. She's just hilarious, said in that video that she protects black women. Who's going to protect us? Was she protecting that woman's husband? Was she protecting that woman whose husband that she was sleeping with? That she was setting up house with? Meanwhile, this woman is at home with her kids waiting for her husband to come back with the quart of milk that he left for a month ago. And he's on the blogs with Jess the Mess. How many times have we seen a black woman and other black women say, ooh, she looks like a man? We've been calling Miss Wendy Williams. Wendy Williams is an icon in this game. And I have seen so many black women for the last 12 to 15 years call her Wendell. This woman was married with a husband and a child. She has often talked about her problems with infertility, yet and still so many black women and men have gone on publicly to call her Wendell and say that she looks like a man. I have heard people, black people, talk about, you know, even Just a Mess even admitted to it, that people think that she looks like a man. That people say she looks like a man. They say it about Venus and Serena Williams. They've also said it about, oh my God, my own grandmother. My grandmother was a beautiful biological woman, but she was a bigger woman as she got older and had kids. She was very tall. She did have a wider, broader physique. She did have bigger hands. She did have bigger feet. And people did look at her and say, oh, is that a man or a woman? I have seen lighter skinned black women use that same negative trope against darker skinned biological black women. So let's not sit here and act like, sorry, I live on a highway again. So let's not sit here and act like we're so squeaky clean and we've just always been so embracive of every one of our sisters in the black community, because it's not been that. And as for, you know, biological black women saying that most trans women are mentally unstable, well, I think that laying down and having a baby with a man that you know is incapable of being a father to your child, therefore creating a broken home willingly and knowingly, is a little mentally unstable too. But I digress. Let's continue on to the next subject. So, I did go in just a little. But anyway, so for the latest issue of British Vogue, no, because it really makes me mad. I really hate the double standard. I'm gonna get into the next topic in a minute, but it really makes me mad. It's like a joke. It's pretty much a joke. I see black women tearing down other black women, saying that they look like men. I got a girl at my job right now. She's a white girl. And she says that this black woman that we work with, who is a dark-skinned, older black woman, she has beautiful dark skin. She likes to make fun of her and call her Frederick Douglass. And all the other black women stand around and laugh. And I walk away. I have told her numerous times that that's not okay. And I walk away, but there's a lot of black women that I work with that laugh at that joke and think it's funny. And you wonder why sometimes we get treated the way we do. Not just black women, not just trans women, but also everybody in the black community. You can't just put certain shit out there, and then when another group of people throw it back at you, now it's, oh, no, don't say that to me. Well, you've been saying it about yourself. But I will say, for all the biological women out there who I know in my personal life that don't feel the way that a lot of these other black women do and a lot of these other trans women do, I have so much respect and love for y'all. I'm so proud of us for not spewing lies and hate on the internet and not feeding into the hard rights agenda. That's the real agenda. Of using each other to tear the black community down. I salute you and I respect you. And I pray that we can keep on continuing loving each other, respecting each other, and protecting each other. And T.S. Madison, you, even though you read some bitches now, I ain't gonna lie, because you drugged Tasha K for fucking filth. But well deserved. I respect you. I love the way T.S. Madison broke it down. If you want to see the video that T.S. Madison posted, I will put the link. I will try to put the link because I'm not sure how to do that yet. But I will try to put the link down in my bio so you guys can check it out if you haven't seen it already. It is, there is some choice language in there, but the love and the point and the respect was definitely there. And I would love for you guys to watch it so the people who haven't seen it can get a chance to really understand what's really going on. Anyway, I'm not talking about this no more, and I don't want nobody to talk about it to me anymore. I'm done with it. Fuck you. Go scratch. Anyway, so for the latest issue of British Vogue, I have a crush on this man. Photographer Raphael Pavarotti got a chance to photograph Beyonce for her London leg of her Renaissance tour. I love this man's work. Not only is he scrunt delicious, but he is a genius with a camera. These shots of Beyonce, let me tell y'all something. This brings me back to like the photography from back in the day, like in Studio 54, which is her whole vibe for her current album and tour. He said in an interview with the magazine that even though he actually shot her first Renaissance visuals back in July 22 when the album was coming out, that shooting her in the midst of all that magic was just something that he'll always cherish for his whole life. He basically was giving her flowers and just saying he had never seen anything like that and how amazing it was, and just how beautiful it was to see that magic up close. So I really wanted to highlight that because, honey, Queen Bee is taking over the world with this tour. I think I'm going to be talking about her looks because she just debuted a whole bunch of looks for her show in my home state, New Jersey. She performed in Rutherford, New Jersey, and just donned some crazy, insanely beautiful looks. So I really enjoyed hearing him speak about that. And yes, that man is fine. He's Brazilian. He's fine. He's mysterious. Hey, let's go to dinner, Raphael. Anyway, so again, more fashion news. Earlier this week, Italian fashion house Miu Miu gave Malibu, California, one day of its time with a one-day pop-up. We have some incredible looks from this event. I have 4 of my favorites. First, I'm going to start off with the beautiful Zaya Wade. One thing I love about Zaya Wade's transition is that they are not over-sexualizing her. Just because she's transitioning, she is not a full-grown woman. She is a trans girl, a trans adolescent girl, and I love this look. I love the natural hair, the headband. It gave very much Sailor Moon as she was going to school. I mean, they get it right every time, especially for her age. So many times now I see these young artists, models, and young girls in entertainment dressing just a little too sexy for my liking. If we're talking about protecting the kids, I'm just saying. But they nailed this look. She was styled by Thomas Christos Kikis. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. And I just thought lately he's been killing it for her. Also, we have supermodel Gigi Hadid. I loved this look. I love its quiet luxury at its best. I like that she wore the simple black dress, but instead of wearing it with like a leather open-toed heel, she decided for the schoolgirl penny loafer with the socks. It really was a vibe. This look really was a vibe. And she is styled by Mimi Cottrell. Just the beachy, loose, easy breezy hair, the makeup, no makeup. Nailed it. Also, she's an actress. She's beautiful. Please forgive me if I'm not pronouncing her name correctly. Thuso Mbedu. She is a beautiful actress. I love this look as well. I don't know her. I'm not very familiar with her, but she looks so good in this outfit. I'm assuming that it just reflects her personality perfectly. No word on who the stylist was for this look. I think she might have dressed herself. If memory serves me correctly from her Instagram, I think she might have dressed herself. And also, last but not least, the beautiful Joey King, who is styled by Jared ENG. I thought this look was cute and fun. I don't have a clue of who the hell she is. I didn't really know a lot of the people there. Everybody, I didn't see not one bad look, but these 4 were my favorite. And yeah. So let's give it up to Miu Miu for bringing it on back to the States. And just, even though it was only one day, all the attendees were like the young, hot crowd. I did see a couple of the older dolls there. But I really thought that this was an all-inclusive, fun, lighthearted event. Yeah, I thought it was cute. I would have loved to have been there. Miu Miu, call me. I would love to be at your next event, darling. Shameless plug, shooting my shot, okay? So next up we have... Now, if we are talking about timeless beauty, she's very young. But this girl right here, I am obsessed with the beautiful Harvard graduating actress, Yara Shahidi. Now this girl right here, This is her at the Met Gala wearing, I believe she's wearing Jean Paul Gaultier and somebody else. Like it was a mixture. But honey, Yara Shahidi, she is a class act. You never hear about her in no mess. You never know who she's really dating. She just keeps it so low key. Her whole vibe just gives me that mysterious 90s it girl. Like I adore this woman and I have so much respect for her. Well, the beauty is going to be the new face of the new Jean Paul Gaultier perfume entitled Divine Gaultier. In an interview, she said, I was always inspired by how Jean Paul Gaultier really made the most of the creative medium. So when she was approached with this, it was not only coming from a person who loved the brand, but creatively they were proposing something to her that was really exciting. And I can't wait to see the images from this. This is going to be, her beauty is just, a lot of these girls don't even, It's three of them. It's her, Keke Palmer, and Zendaya. They're like the mother, the daughter, and the Holy Spirit. Those three girls, and there are others too, but those are my main three favorites of the 20 and 21 and up group. Look at her. Okay, she's giving it. Also, so for the next topic. So, for about 10 months to a year now, fashion insiders have been really, really, really anticipating and waiting for Milan Fashion Week because there's a bunch of debuts coming up. Of course, Milan Fashion Week starts, let me see here, I think on the 19th through the 25th, if I'm not mistaken. I'm still getting ready to cover all of New York Fashion Week in a way that I haven't really done before since I have YouTube. So I'm still in that area of just New York. My mind is on New York, but I saw this article and several others like it on other fashion publications, so I had to touch on this. The most anticipated two shows of Milan Fashion Week for me: Sabato De Sorno's debut collection for Gucci, and also Peter Hawkins for Tom Ford. I'm sorry. I have a feeling that we're gonna be amazed with these two. I'm gonna start with Tom. Is his name Tom? Excuse me. I'm sorry. Peter Hawkins for Tom Ford. If you're not familiar with Peter Hawkins has been a best friend, confidant, and right hand for Tom Ford since his rise to fame at Gucci in the early 90s. I did not see this coming. I did not think that it was going to be Peter, but I'm interested to see how this is going to play out. He has one thing working against him and for him, and that's the fact that he was the right-hand man of Tom Ford for so many years. It works against him because a lot of people have, I've already been seeing it, a lot of people have already said, oh, he's not going to bring anything different, it's going to be the same. That could work against him. But I don't think it's going to be that way. How I feel is, I think it's going to work for him because he can simultaneously stay true to his longtime friends and make his friend proud. And also, Tom Ford will have an ease about, because I'm quite sure Tom Ford wasn't just going to give that role to anybody. That's Tom Ford. His eponymous brand is I'm sure it's his baby. So he wasn't just going to give it up to that role up to anybody. So I'm sure there's a sense of ease that Tom Ford has with Peter. And Tom Ford also knows the talent of Peter that we haven't seen. We're talking about somebody who designed for Gucci as well as Yves Saint Laurent. Okay? This man knows what he's doing. So to all the people that are saying, oh, it's going to be the same as every other Tom Ford collection, close your mouth and open your ears and your eyes before you make judgments like that. Because I want y'all to take responsibility and apologize when that Tom Ford show by Peter Hawkins comes around and everybody's like, oh. I want y'all to apologize to Mr. Hawkins now, because I believe we're going to be very pleasantly surprised. Also, Sabato di Sorno. Now, this one I've been waiting on too. Now, this man's resume speaks for itself. He has worked for Prada, Valentino, as well as my top 3 of my favorite design houses of all time, Dolce & Gabbana. This man has picked up enough tricks of the trade in his tenured fashion career to build Gucci, the ultimate fashion monster. I would be scared of this Gucci collection. I would personally, if I worked for the other houses, I would personally be scared for this collection. Not to say that he's gonna rip off or anything, but his journey through his fashion career is so unique compared to maybe somebody else in a way that I'm not familiar with. Yes, we've had other, people who have worked at different design houses. That's not something that is unusual. But I've seen some of his work, and I'm just saying, Milan, I'd be worried about di Sorno. I'd be worried. I would definitely be worried. Okay. So the last topic I'm going to talk about today, it has nothing to do with fashion. I integrate fashion and hot topics. Let me tell y'all motherfuckers something. Y'all better stop throwing shit on stage at people. This weekend, I'm going over here, but I need to be over here. This weekend, Cardi B was performing, I think in Las Vegas, and somebody decided in the crowd to throw a fucking drink on her. And so she responded, and she took that heavy ass microphone and she threw it and clocked them upside their motherfucking head with it. And now everybody's saying, oh, she's angry. Oh, see how she acts. Well, how would you feel if you was on stage fucking performing and somebody threw a cup of Corona on you? If you don't like the artist, don't go to their show. Y'all are going to ruin it for everybody. Either, I'm going to tell you what the fuck is going to happen. And I've heard a lot of people say this, especially, huge shout out to the cast of TGIF. I watch y'all all the time. I love you guys. And Funky Dineva has been saying this for a long time. Either we are only going to be able to witness concerts virtually, or they're going to have a huge net up. Now, I have seen Destiny's Child, their last tour, Destiny Fulfilled. My cousin Audrey, hey Audrey, took me to go see that show when I was 15. I have seen Kirk Franklin in concert. I saw Michael Jackson in concert. And I've also seen Ashford and Simpson with Maya Angelou in concert. I've also been to 106 in Park and TRL. And I have never seen people... It's like becoming a trend. Stop throwing shit! Stop throwing shit. It's not funny. And then the minute the artist or performer reacts, then it's like, oh, why you hit me? Why you do that? Really? Really? Cardi B, I don't see nothing wrong with you taking that mic and busting them upside their shit with it. Your personal space was violated first. And, I would hate to think that we're going to get to a place where we got to, well, I don't like being around big crowds of people myself. I'm trying to do better with that. But with all that's going on in the world, it gives me a lot of anxiety. So I'm fine with watching a concert on TV. I've seen the Renaissance tour 16 times already. Okay? From London to Milan to Paris to the United States. I'm comfortable with not going to the Beyonce show. Because if this is how the fuck y'all going to act, because I nuck when I buck when I'm nucked. Okay? I don't play that. I'm from Jersey. I don't play that. You're not gonna throw a drink on me. No, don't do that. So I can only imagine how she would feel, or BB Rexa felt, or Lil Nas X felt. Like, stop doing that shit, please. Can we please stop doing that shit? Ugh. Anything for fucking clout and internet time. Meanwhile, you'll be forgotten about in 2 days. Cut it the fuck out. Before one of these artists really end up hurting one of y'all. And I'm going to be like, you play games, you get dumbass prizes. What can I say? You play dumbass games, you get dumbass prizes. What can I say? Anyway, guys, that was today's show. Stay tuned next week. I will be taking a break towards the end of August, beginning of September. There will be a 2-week hiatus, I'm also in the excuse me, I get so tongue-tied, I'm nervous. But while I'm prepping for New York Fashion Week, I'll also be doing renovations to my house. Pray for me, y'all. So there will be a bit of a hiatus. I will skip a week, or I will skip a weekend or two between that time. But I will be back for September Fashion Week. But don't worry, we'll be back next week and the week after. Don't worry. So I hope to see you guys soon. Ciao.